Hey guys, Colourpop here, and today we are going to be testing out some new makeup for New Makeup Mondays. And I have done one of these videos in the past, but I kind of fell off the wagon. I haven't been doing my makeup, my skin broke out a little bit, I've been working on getting it back. I still have like a couple little breakouts here, but that's okay. We are going to get back into this New Makeup Mondays so that I can test out a whole bunch of new makeup so I can put it in my collection. I decided to start doing this because I was realizing how much makeup I was bringing in and things that I literally have in my drawers that I have never ever even touched. And that makes me a little depressed, to be totally honest. It was way worse when I was bringing in the makeup boxes every month. I was bringing like Sephora Play when they had that going. I had a Laura Beauty box. I had like 2 or 3 different BoxyCharms. I had Ipsy. I think I had 2 different Ipsys, like the high one and like the medium one. I mean, it's just so many new products. And then plus on top of all the things I was buying myself. So therefore, we are doing New Makeup Monday so I can keep my pile at bay, go through things as I use them. I can either decide to declutter them, decide to return them if they're close enough to the time of me being able to do that, or, you know, decide that they can go in my collection because I really like them. So I'm really excited to start this New Makeup Mondays, and I think I'm going to make this video specifically a little bit quicker and shorter. So I will definitely talk you through the brand new items that I'm going to be using, but if it's something that, you know, I already have in my collection or I've already used, then we'll just go from there. So the makeup I have decided to use today is all in this little bin here. So I'm pretty excited to test it out. All of it's not like new, but it is new to me. So that's why I'm calling it New Makeup Mondays, because it's new to me personally. So the only thing that I have done on my face is my oil. Well, I washed my face and then I did my oil and my moisturizer, and I also did my eye cream. So that's all I've done so far, and that's all I'm gonna do on my, you know, New Makeup Mondays, unless I have like a brand new moisturizer that I want to try out. But even then, like, you can't really decide if you like a moisturizer with one use, you know? So anyways, let's get into this. I feel like I look really dark on my camera, but I can't really tell if that's just my eyes still adjusting or what, because I haven't filmed in a hot minute. So anyways, let's get into this. Also, I'm not going to be using any brand new brow products or mascara, so I won't even be showing those. But to start my face, I'm going to start with a primer. And I got this brand new primer here from Marc Jacobs, but this I actually picked up at, I think it was TJ Maxx. And this is the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. So this is what I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be using the setting powder from this line after I do my foundation. So it is the Marc Jacobs Finish Line Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder, and this is in the shade 34 Invisible, so I'm going to be using these two. I kind of like to keep brands together just to kind of see how they work together. So this is what I'm going to be using for my primer, and let's just get started. I'm also going to zoom you in, so let's do this. Let's get started with this stuff. It's very runny. Doesn't smell coconutty at all. It smells kind of chemically, if I'm being totally honest. And once again, if I'm looking that way, that's because that is where my mirror is. I can't really use the camera very much. Okay, so for my palette today, I decided I wanted to go with a more neutral look since I'm going to be filming like 1 or 2 more videos after this. So I think I'm going to go with this one. It's from Colourpop. It's the new That's Taupe palette instead of That's Dope. That's Taupe. I like it. Anyways, this is what the palette looks like. This is literally the first time I'm going to be using it or touching it at all. So this is what she looks like. When you get these in person, they are really a lot smaller than you think. Like, that's my hand over top of it. So it's a very, very small palette, which I actually don't hate. These are like perfect for travel, especially if you keep the case. They're like perfect. I don't typically keep the cases. I can't keep every single case in my collection, but I do really like this style. All right, so let's just do a quick speed through of this, and that way we can get a move on with this video. Wow, you guys, this shadow is pulling super like, I don't even know, like a pink tone almost on my lids. It's very interesting. I was like trying to buff it out and like maybe it was something on my brush previously, but interesting. Next, I think I'm gonna go in with this Rock Steady here. Okay, now it's like pink purpley gray toned. It's such an interesting like shade. I don't know, the gray has a definite purple undertone and that lighter tan shade had a pink undertone. It's very interesting. I wonder how much they used in those. I would love to see the making of those actual colors. Anyways, I'm really tempted to go in with this green constrictor shade. I don't know why. And then I kind of want to lay like a gray on top. I'm gonna swatch all of these shades here. Green constrictor shade. That is gorgeous. If you guys have not tried Colourpop pressed shadows, they are amazing. Okay, here's this like gray shade that I was interested in. Oh, it's like a very light gray. It's not really giving me, I mean, it's definitely like a taupey light gray. I don't know, it's not really giving me what I want, so I'm glad I swatched it first. Here's this like pinker shade in here. That one's gorgeous. And the last shimmery shade is just like a topper, it looks like. So that one right there is like a literal, just like a topper shade. It has really no undercolor to it. I mean the slightest bit of like tan, but it's really truly just like a topper shade. So, kind of wanting to go for this green. Is it too dark though? Should I darken up the corners a little bit with this brown? You know what, maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna darken up the corners. I'm gonna darken up my corners, just my outer V, with this brown bedrock shade here. And then I'm gonna go on my lids with this green constrictor shade. Yeah, not too much, just a little bit. I don't know how I feel about this look so far. Let's see, okay. I'm gonna do this green constrictor shade here. Very interesting. Now I kind of want to go in with the snake eyes here. Let's do this one for my inner. Do you guys put on lid shades with your finger or do you do it with a brush? If you do it with a brush, let me know what brush you use because I've had the hardest time finding lid brushes that actually work well. So give me some suggestions down below. Wow, that shade is powerful. Okay, I always like decide that I hate my eye look before I do my face because I feel like when you do your face, it like really like brings it all together. But I don't know, I always like hate my eye look before I do my face. But if I do my face first, then my eye look always goes into my face makeup and has tons of fallout. I'm just blending out the edges here. So picky, it's not even funny. That's why I have a hard time doing my makeup because I'm a perfectionist. It has to be perfect. Okay, so that is the eye look right now. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it looks okay. Not my favorite. It might have just been the colors I chose. I don't really know. I really do need to start mixing palettes more often, but I hate doing that for some reason. My mind just does not want to do that at all. Okay, so on to the next, we are going to be doing foundation, and I decided to do this Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. This I got off of recommendation from, it's just Steph, and she had done like a foundation review of like 10 or 12 different foundations she tried in 2020, and this was one of her favorites. So I have the shade here, 2.5. I believe that's like a light neutral. That's pretty much the shade I always buy in basically everything. So I am going to wet my brush. I'm gonna wet my sponge and then we'll get started. Also, what is the temperature there right now? I'm in Michigan and it was 30 degrees when I woke up this morning. My car was completely frozen over. Now it says it's 43. It's gonna get up to a whopping 46 today, which is amazing. I'm actually gonna go for a walk with my son here after I get my makeup done. So then we can get some exercise, get outside, get the dogs outside, hopefully go up to the park, and hopefully there won't be a lot of people so we can let the dogs run around, but that is my plan. Anyways, let's get going on this face makeup. This looks really light, but I think it's already oxidizing, so I think we might be good. It does look quite light for me. Wow, it blended in immediately. Looks like I have a legit beard. Oh my god. So this definitely oxidized a little bit. It's a little darker on the bottom than it is on the top where I just applied it. So make sure you get a color that's like maybe a half a shade lighter because it will oxidize. But it's almost like oxidizing like a, it's weird. It's like a pink undertone with like a yellow overtone. I don't even know how to describe it. I actually don't hate it, but the color is just a little off. Like, I don't know. You guys be the judge. Let me know what you think. Has anybody tried this foundation before? What do you think of it? It's very glowy. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not like loving it. It does have a very nice natural finish. I will say that it does definitely have a glowy finish. I think after I put my powder on and set it and put my face makeup on top, and then I'll decide what I think. But the color's like, I think I've decided it's like slightly pink toned, which does not work for my skin. So I'm a very neutral base, like not pink, not yellow, but now my neck looks a little yellow toned. Do you guys see that? Like right here, it looks very yellow toned compared to my like pinker face. Not loving it. Not loving it. Okay, next, before we set the face down, we're gonna try the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Illuminator, and I got the shade Soft Ivory. So I've been wanting to try this and I'm really excited to try it. We'll see. I think they have 4 or 5 shades in the range. This one was the lightest shade, and I figured this would work underneath makeup. So let me do a quick swatch of it on my hand. Ooh, that was a lot. Maybe I can pick some up off my hand. Okay, are you ready? Whoa. She is glowy. That was way too much. This should not be in a pump style. Pump styles give you way too much product, for me personally. I'm gonna use this clean end of my sponge here and just wipe some product on there. Just pick it up from my hand. Might as well, right? All right, let's see. Ooh. I don't want to do too much. Wow, whoa, look at this side. It's glowy because of the foundation, but whoa, that is intense. I could definitely see this on a no makeup day where you're just doing like a couple cream products. And I don't mean like a fake no makeup day where it looks like you don't have any makeup on. I mean like a legit no makeup day where you just put a little bit of highlight on. Okay, so I definitely have a ton more product on this side than on this side, but I think this side looks a lot better than this side. I feel like it kind of moved my foundation around on this side also, whereas this side, it didn't move it at all. Maybe because I had just had like the teeniest bit of product. I don't know, you guys, I don't know. I'm gonna like zoom you guys in super close so you can hopefully see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this side, do you guys see how it's like crusty almost? Like it looks like it's not blending in all the way. Whereas this side, it's like perfectly blended. Like you can't even see where the highlighter begins and the foundation like ends. Like, do you guys see the difference? Don't love it. Maybe it could be just the combination of this specific foundation with that light, like, you know, lighter color. Or next time I think I'm gonna try it by just like tapping it on. So I have different methods that I can definitely try, but I don't know. I don't know about that one, you guys. Okay guys, so I just did my Tarte concealer because you guys know I don't have a new concealer. I mean, I do have a new Tarte one, but I want to try it with a new Tarte foundation. So anyways, this is the face so far. I'm liking it a little bit better now that it's sinking in, but let's try this new powder. This I got for $12.99 at TJ Maxx. I don't know if they still sell this in store or not, but nonetheless, we are going to try it out. So I do like the little container, although I believe that this powder is not, like there's not as much powder in here as like other ones. So let's peel this up. I don't love this style of packaging either with the little sifter in there. Not my favorite, but, ooh, feels super finely milled, which is very, very nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip in with my super big powdery brush into here. I wonder how messy it's gonna be, but here we go. Ooh, just got all over my pants. Okay guys, so that is the face powder. It really like mattified the foundation without it being like matte, if that makes sense. It's like a radiance matte. It's very interesting. I do really like this powder now. That I don't know, it's making me like the foundation a little bit more, although it still definitely has that pink undertone to it. I think it looks a lot better. I would have to mix, I feel like for sure I'd have to mix this foundation with something to make that pinky tone go away. I do have a couple yellow tone foundations, so maybe like that, but we're gonna take this hair out. I don't know, you guys, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. All right, on to face products. Okay, so for my contour, I just used the Dolce de Leche by Wet n Wild. I really need to finish this by the end of the year. Honestly, if I used it as a bronzer every day, I probably would be able to get it done, but I just don't love it. So there's that. So for my bronzer today, we are going to use the Lorac Hustle and Glow Baked Bronze and Highlight Palette. This one I also got at TJ Maxx or Marshalls recently. I believe for like $7.99, $12.99, I don't know. But there are basically two bronzer shades, two highlight shades. This one's gonna be way too dark for me. So this one will probably either be a body highlight or like a bronzer topper. I don't typically like my bronzer glowy. So I think I'm gonna just mix these two bottom ones together. It doesn't have any shades on here, so I have no idea what they are, but we're gonna just like pop our brush in there, mix them together a little. I'll get a little bit more of the lighter one than the darker one, and we'll just see how they go. They are baked products too, so they're quite powdery, but let's see. Whew, that is orange. Okay. Wow. Well, at least the orange is balancing out the pink, maybe? I don't know. Ooh. This side's looking rough. Okay, I think it's looking a little bit better now that I'm like really rubbing her in. Oh man, I only picked up just a little bit the first time and I did my entire face. well, I look like a bronzed goddess. I definitely should have only picked up the lighter shade. The darker shade does have a definite more orangey hue to it. Maybe not my best go around. I need to powder some of this off of my face though, because it is way too much. So that's kind of a trick that I've used many times, is get a very, very clean brush. And if you get too much product of whatever it may be, or at the very end, if you really just want to blend everything together and make it seamless, I will typically do this. So right now my bronzer is just way too much and I really want to blend a lot of it out. So do you guys see how much better that looks there now that I blended some of that off? Now my brush is dirty, but it helped a lot, and I'm more willing to dirty a clean brush to do that, to make my face look better, than to just leave it as is. I hate doing that. And the more product you lay on top, the less likely you're going to be able to get that product specifically off. So that's why I just do it as I go. Okay, only a couple more brand new products here. So for blush, I want to use my new Hourglass palette from the holiday. It is the Ambient Lighting Edit Sculpture palette. So it's the one with like the angles on it. It looks dirty like I've used it, but I've only swatched it. So here it is. I think I'm going to go into both of these, but I'm going to really focus on this one. This one's actually Mood Exposure, which I already have, but this one is Vibrant Flush. So I think I'm going to mostly go into this one, even though I have used Mood Exposure before. I haven't used this palette and I want to use it. So I'm going to go in with a small blush brush. Unfortunately, for this palette, you can't really use a big one. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush. There's no number on it, just a small little blush brush. And we'll kind of focus mostly in that shade, but a tiny bit here. So sometimes I like to do the darker shade all over my cheek first, and then I like to lay the pinky shade right on top. But the pink shade just picked up a ton of product, so we're not going to do that. And I am one, I like to carry it all the way up my temple. It kind of pulls your face back a little bit more, as opposed to making like your cheeks look super big and rosy. That's not really the look I'm going for. That's more of like a, I hate to say this word because I feel like this word sets like a negative tone, but I feel like it's definitely more of like a juvenile or like younger type of look when you have blush just like right here on the balls or the apples of your cheeks. I don't like to do that personally. I like to really go in and brush it back and kind of pull my face backward to make me look younger. I am no spring chicken anymore. I mean, I'm not old by any means, but I am no spring chicken. So, and then if you want to go in with just the tiniest, teeniest amount on the balls of your cheeks, just to brighten those just the slightest bit. Whew, I am looking colorful, you guys. This is a lot more makeup than I like, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it for now. I kind of want to use that highlight shade from there. I'm trying to decide how crazy I want my highlight to look. Maybe I'll use this Lorac highlighter because I don't want to have too much. Let's see how intense she is. Whew. So that's it picked up. Let's swatch it. All right. That's not too bad actually. Let's blend it out. Oh yeah. Yeah, see how it just has a glow to it? I like that actually. I think I'm gonna use that one. Oh, she's glowy. Okay, so tip for you guys, if you don't want your blush to look like a strip on your face, buff it in little baby circles and it blends a lot more nicely. And then I'm obviously going to use my big powder brush at the very end, but so see my glow on this side, the underglow from that liquid illuminator, it still definitely has a glow, and I could have just kept it like that, but look at this glow. So you guys see the difference? Woo! This one's pretty. I like this I like this highlight a lot. It has just enough oomph where it's a little blinding, but not too much that I don't want to use it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just blend this out. I look like I just went to the tanning salon. Hello. Hey. This color might be too dark for me too, from the Giorgio Armani. That might be why it's throwing me off. So I might have to save this for the summertime. Honestly, I'm probably gonna do that and not use it again until then, just to decide if that is the right color for me. But yeah, so now I'm gonna just do the rest of my stuff off camera, but I will show you my lipstick or lip gloss. I'm gonna be using a brand new lip gloss I just got. It is the Tower 28 Shine On Jelly, or Lip Jelly, whatever, in the shade Chill. It's just like the clear white, not even white, it's just the clear shade. So I just really wanted to try it on its own to see how I feel about the formula and then go from there. Okay guys, so I did my brows. You guys know my brow shapes are not the same and I don't care. I'll never get them fixed. And then I did a little wing liner there, just a teeny tiny bit. I like the Lorac Front of the Line Pro, I think it's what it's called. Let's see. Yeah, Front of the Line Pro in black. It's the liquid liner. It is so good. Anyways, and I did my mascara. So now let's try this new gloss from Tower 28. It's in the shade Chill, just the clear shade. Also, if you guys are curious about glosses, I just did my Maybelline lifter gloss video. I will link it up in the cards and down below. But it is a review video and I review the lifter glosses on their own and compared to the Fenty glosses. It's pretty good. Anyways, not to toot my own horn. There was a lot of product on that one dip of this, like a lot of product. So here's what it looks like. It definitely looks super juicy and good on the lips. It's not sticky at all. It does, however, feel like it's kind of like sitting on my lips as opposed to like sinking in. That might just be because my lips are so dry, it's not even funny, but I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I love this. It does feel good. I don't know. I'll have to give a final review on this gloss later, but I do love the little style. See that little sunsetty style, and I like how sleek the packaging is. I like that it's not a lot of wasted space in here, which is really nice as compared to the lifter glosses. Anyways, that was my new Makeup Mondays. I will tell you how the makeup holds up. I haven't sprayed my face yet. I'm kind of waiting for my whole eye area to completely dry before I do so. But yeah, that is the eye look for today, or the face look for today, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.